Make this video to explain my story as a TI, how I became a TI, why I think I'm a TI. I noticed people were following me about 7 months ago. Everywhere I went, every business, whatever. You know how it is. At first I thought it was feds because I was involved with some drug stuff, and I just assumed it was DEA or a narcotic enforcement team, something like that. So I went with that. Well, months went by and nothing happened. I wasn't arrested.
For the record too, I had read a long time ago on Quora, years ago, probably like 7 years ago. Somebody had said that in the 90s they used the gang stalking program to eradicate the drug dealers. And I believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can see how this program will freak a drug dealer out. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the 90s, before everybody became snitches. You know what I'm saying? To be out there trying to, slang some rocks, weed, whatever you got, and you got these, perps coming around you, everybody following you, that would freak a person out. You know what I mean? You don't know what's going on. And it's bad enough you already paranoid anyway, when you out there doing that type of activities.
So I thought it was kind of weird that I was still being followed. I brought it up to my girlfriend at the time. She noticed people were following me. So I said, fuck this. I'm not putting you through this. I'm going to move away. Hopefully the heat will die down. So I drove from Detroit all the way to Portland. They followed me all the way there.
Mm-hmm.
They infiltrated my life in Portland. Gang stalked the fuck out of me. I moved back to Michigan, and all my bridges were burned. For no reason, seemingly. I have done a lot of bad things in my life due to drug use and stuff like that, but these were like my best friends, that just didn't want shit to do with me anymore for no reason, though.
For real, no reason.
And I spent some time with them, and they were signaling to each other.
It's a reason, though.
And to other people on the road, and I just knew that they were involved too. So it was this ultimate betrayal. And then I had to write it down because, as you know, this is chaotic. It fucks with your memory because there's so much trauma, and you can't really make what's what. You know what I'm saying? So I sat down and I wrote, this is what I call my D-Day as a TI. I think a lot of us have a D-Day where it was just harassment, betrayal after betrayal, and this day was designed to make you basically act out or kill yourself. So I said, coming out of Denver into Castle Rock, Colorado, was a hellish experience at best. I was essentially forced off the freeway, and the cowards that vehicular mobbed me forced me to crash into a snowbank. This happened in front of bystanders, fellow vehicles, during a blizzard, also in front of a cop. Everybody on the road that saw it happen were laughing at me as I screamed for help. I called 911 and they informed me that since I had no license plate numbers, they would not be able to send an officer out to take my report. Interestingly enough, a cop ahead in the road had its flashers on and was parked on the side of the highway. I pulled up right next to it and tried to get his attention and get him to roll his window down. I mouthed the words, help, and he just acted as he couldn't hear me with a smirk on his fucking face.
Well,
I don't ever call the police when I have problems. I usually have handled my own shit just because that's the type of lifestyle I lived before. I really wanted to bang on his window, but obviously I didn't because he's a cop. I was fearful for my life. My car was damaged. Semi-trucks blared past me and tried to run me off the road and hit me. So I pull into the...
I gotta pause it real quick. Have anybody heard of God's Protector? God's Our Protector? As you can see right here, this is one of her videos. As you can see, it's 9 years old. Why? I think this is like one of her biggest videos, 110K. Who put you in this program? That was one of my videos. Excuse me. That was one of my videos that I seen. I think like around 2018, 2019. That's when I ran into her. So shout out to her, man. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely been a good help, man. You know what I'm saying? She helped She helped me out with her videos because, you know, she was already dropping videos before I even got into it. So,
Colorado Springs Shell gas station, deciding to wait out the storm. One lonesome police officer was standing outside during this blizzard, mind you. I say hello to him. He nods sternly, and as I exit the gas station, he says, "Good luck to you." Just like that, with a creepy, strange smile. I decide to go because, again, I am fearful for my life. My car's damaged.
I still
Again,
don't understand. I know y'all want to hear. You know, I ain't got much space either, man. But I just don't understand. Like even the cops said, "Good luck to you." And he said, "My man just say he fearful." His life. Why do TIs when you talk to TI? Why do TIs be thinking that these motherfuckers just playing with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you really don't understand that your life is at stake. They are trying to kill you. And then when you speak this to the people, they get mad. I'm like, you projecting this onto me. I'm not projecting shit onto you. They already projected it on you. You're already in the program. I didn't put you in the program. People get mad because you just tell them the truth. You know what I'm saying? And they wanna make it seem like you're either projecting shit onto them or as if you put them in the damn program. I didn't put you in the program. I didn't do witchcraft on you. I'm not wishing death upon you. I'm just giving you information about this sinister program and that your life is at stake. And there's money on your head. And these people don't give a damn. And that's just the way it is. And when you tell people this, like, oh, you're projecting this on me. This program ain't about. They're not trying to kill you. What the fuck you think they doing it for?
Honda sedan maneuvers gracefully across the interstate into the closest gas station. Fucked and smashed because of the cars that ran me off the road. I sit at this gas station and FaceTime my friend. I'm in a total shock,
You don't have no friend.
PTSD mode at this point. I break down on the phone and tell my friend Alex about what happened. She sat and talked to me all night. So she suggested that the freeway was still too risky to drive on due to the gang stalkers that were trying to make a crash and stage an accident due to the road conditions. I should call a tow truck. The logic behind this was that they couldn't ram me if I was inside a huge lifted tow truck and my car was on it. Needless to say, homeboy takes 2 hours to show up. He says he will tell me to the nearest stop that he trusts. I say okay. I didn't have anybody else to trust at that point. He ends up driving me to some dude's house with a converted garage, like one of those Craigslist shops. Creepy ass looking dude, like Hills Have Eyes looking motherfucker. He looked like the Hills Have Eyes, is what I wrote. The whole time I felt uneasy. I had a horrible vibe and I had to drive my car as is out of Colorado. I pull onto the interstate and I see this random black dude who looks distressed on the side of the freeway. His car was rolled in the ditch nearby. I thought I would try to help him. Even in the midst of all this, I pulled off to the next exit and turned around. I came back around and this time he was nowhere to be found and his car was buried in the snow. I could see his wheels peeking out of the snow in the same spot where I had seen his car previously in the ditch. So now I'm certain that I had a death wish. Basically, they want you to think that you're about to fucking die at every moment. So now in total crisis mode, I begin my journey back home to Detroit. I was thinking I had many safe havens and allies I could rely on who would help me.
Death wish like Charles Bronson.
Namely my ex-girlfriend and my parents. Boy, was I mistaken. As soon as I get to Detroit, I call my friend Jane and tell her everything that happened. She brushes most of it off, but I'm too exhausted to explain anything, and I pass out for 17 hours. When I wake up, the first thing I do is call my ex-girlfriend. She tells me that I can stay with her. I take her out that night for dinner for sushi. The whole place is full of weird-looking dudes. They looked like occultish, like satanic, like draped in robes, like it was like a bizarre setting. You know what I mean? And they were all wearing these weird Masonic rings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think they're Masonic. And they were making a point to show me that they were wearing them. It was really bizarre.
They're just letting you know Masons is a Mason takeover.
Or we go back to the apartment and sleep, and the next day everything is fine. This is when I noticed tons of red and white newer vehicles with dark tints parked in our apartment's parking lot. They followed me around town everywhere I went. Grocery store, laundromat, tons of these vehicles. Now my girlfriend starts to notice this.
Oh.
It's upsetting for her to realize because she's very much unaware of these realizations and this program and how real the world is and the powers that be. She typically turns a blind eye to that stuff. God bless her. So I sit bored in the apartment for a day trying to understand what the fuck actually happened the 24 hours prior. I decided to call my old coworker Matt, who also works at the same restaurant that my girlfriend worked.
I'm gonna pause it because I'm running out of space. I gotta get some more space on my phone. If you want to hear more from James Harken, I gotta do it again. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll be somebody, whose channel is it? And just these dumb people that be in the comment section. Holla back, y'all. I'm gonna record some more from my brother right here. I'll be back.